These missions in the Simpsons Hit and Run are the absolute worst of the worst. From painfully dull to pointlessly simple or just unfairly hard, here are the worst missions from each chapter of the game we all remember so fondly. Kicking off straight away in the familiar site of Evergreen Terrace, we are graced with a handful of fairly dull missions. None of them are bad per se, but none of them inspire that much excitement in my opinion. You may have seen my video talking about the best missions in the game, and you'll probably remember my very thin reasoning behind choosing my favourite. These missions aren't ever going to stand out as masterpieces because they're simply too simple. The whole level is a large tutorial, essentially, and that's okay. Either way, Blind Big Brother is no fun. Most missions in this level either involve a race or a collection style thing, even a destruction mission early on, but Blind Big Brother just has Homer following a slow vehicle for 90 seconds. Look, I'm not going to say it's bad necessarily, but it's certainly not good. It's just an unfortunate change of pace. Level 2 has the player zooming around downtown Springfield as Bartholomew J. Simpson in a series of slightly more exciting missions. I actually like all of these. They're far more engaging and involve a lot more thought and skill in most cases. So I'm saying this through gritted teeth, but I think Vox Nerduli is a bit naff. I'm probably not saying that right. It's a run-of-the-mill race from one spot to another. No bells and whistles, no extra stuff to do, the whole thing lasts barely more than 20 seconds and it's not difficult at all. I sound like my girlfriend. You have to drive Comic Book Guy's car, which, you know, is not a good car. I don't know, it's not a bad mission, but it's just not on the same level as some of the other great missions here. We have races, destruction missions, and multi-layered missions in this level, so this 20-second race is a bit of a shame in my eyes. Well, you've made it this far. That means it's time for the obligatory request that you hit that subscribe button and join me on my journey to 5,000 subscribers. We are getting there, surprisingly quickly, and I've got plenty more videos of all kinds coming, so it's worth it for everyone. Thank you, now back to the video. Things get good in level 3, but I've said this before, no single mission stands out as great. As a whole, this level is a wonderful mission pack, but only as a whole. I'm not taking any individual mission and saying, yeah, level 3 is peak because of this. However, the same doesn't ring true when talking about the worst missions, because for some dumb reason, the second mission of this chapter has Lisa going on a linear journey from one spot to another to another to another to get talked at by Milhouse. Thrilling stuff for everybody. It's not even got a particularly strict time constraint, and there's no other threat of failure. It's just an excuse for the game to show the player this new map. But if they did it properly, they'd have had that stupid race with Comic Book Guy take place over the whole map rather than just another 30-second speed around one area. And yes, for the record, that is my second least favourite mission in the level. I mean, I do get why that one was so short, because the developers knew we would hate driving that stupid car. But either way, there's no excuse for either of the first two missions to be this drab. Level 4 is where things get funky. The game ramps up a lot here. Joining Marge in Evergreen Terrace during the evening is lots of fun, and with that comes loads of great missions. Some of them really exciting races, destructions, collectathons and more. Lots of variety and a massively big spike in difficulty in my opinion. But for some bizarre reason, bang in the middle of this chapter is a 15-second race in the form of Return of the Nearly Dead. This is a quick race from the cemetery to the old people's home. Arguably the same thing. Sure, there is a chance you'll fail and end up doing it again, spending all of 30 seconds on it now, but if you take the shortcuts you're guaranteed a win, basically. It helps that the enemy AI is profoundly stupid and gets stuck half the time as well. It's an easy win, a super quick mission, and just kind of a waste of a slot in my eyes. Level 4 gets creative with mixing the mission types, so to see this bang in the middle is certainly strange. Like most of the missions in this video, it's not inherently bad, just the worst of a good bunch, and this kind of takes that title simply by being smaller and simpler. Shame really, but it's a testament to how great the Simpsons Hit and Run is really. Anyway, moving on. He's lean, he's mean, and he's a Vindaloo machine. He's also got a batch of great missions to play through during his time in downtown Springfield. From chasing cola trucks and collecting their drops, to bashing in newborn babies with a big yellow car, to collecting garbage all around the monorail area. Apu's level is great, and I love it. However, there is one mission I don't love so much. And it's very easy to say it's a skill issue on my part, but I see this more as a design fault in the mission. It's quick cash. You see, in this mission, you have to destroy the armoured truck, which is, funnily enough, heavily armoured. Now, the issue is you have to complete this mission in Snake's car. Now, that is not a tough car by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, Snake's car can probably get about 3 good hits in before the black smoke rears its ugly head. However, unlike every other map in this game, there are long sections on the highway that don't have any wrenches in them at all, so repairing Snake's car is very difficult and only happens every couple of minutes. Now, this mission doesn't actually have a time limit, so that just reinforces that the whole point of this mission from the get-go is to take a long time to wear the truck down, which is fine if that's, what they set out to do. But in practice, it's just not fun. You spend most of the time slowly following the truck, waiting for it to reach the next area with a wrench. Not massively fun, and if you do accidentally blow up, you have to start the whole thing again. Easily the big weak link in a level full of such brilliant missions. Level 6, my favourite level, but does it have a bad mission? Well, between the excellent collector cards and general open world activities are a ton of great missions. Running over kids on the way to Krusty Loo, Set to Kill, which I think could be a lot of people's least favourites, but not for me. However, for me, I would say it's Lab Coat Caper. This mission tasks Bart with following Professor Frink around in a circle, and then another circle, and then another circle. It's not even a bad mission, it's just quite long and repetitive. I actually really enjoy the mission because keeping up with Frink can be tough, but for the simple reason that it's not inherently as exciting as the other missions in this near-perfect level, I have to stick it in last place. When I eventually do a tier list of every mission and activity in the game, expect to see everything from level 6 very high up. It is just fantastic. Anyway, on to the final level. Level 7 is a phenomenal video game level / world / whatever that defies all odds considering it was so rushed, as evidenced by there being 4 identical missions in this chapter. However, those missions are damn good, and so are the other 3. In fact, this is one of, if not the strongest levels in terms of missions alone, which is why it's very hard to pick a worst one, but I'm going to have to go with Long Black Probes, the second mission, simply because you have to get that zombie car, and I don't like that zombie car. It's the least memorable mission, and I could take it or leave it, but I still enjoy it. I love this game, and I honestly think it actually gets stronger as you go along, which can't be said for that many games, to be honest. I don't have anything more to say on this one, so it's quite a quick entry. Anyway, that is the list. In fact, that's the last entry. The worst mission from every level of the Simpsons Hit and Run. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments and I might just reply. P.S. I do read every comment, so even those crypto wallet scam comments and, that one guy that's now screaming into an echo chamber because I blocked him. Yeah, you suck. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, stay long, stay black, stay probed, and I'll see you in the next one.